I run a consulting firm that generates $500K a year in profit while working just 3 to 4 hours a day. Most founders grinding 12-hour days think that's impossible. They're buried in client calls, constantly putting out fires, and quite frankly, just trading their time for money. The problem is, this level of burnout has become completely normalized, and it prevents seasoned experts just like you from starting your own consulting business. So in this video, I'll share the exact systems that I use to grow this business without sacrificing my time, health, or peace of mind. The first system is marketing. Most consultants post videos to YouTube inconsistently, and it's because production feels like this constant ongoing chore. And I was there even just a month or two ago. I would film whenever I felt inspired. I would set up my filming equipment for every single individual video, and I was wondering why I couldn't stay consistent. And it's because that approach is completely broken. Here's why. Every time you sit down to record content, you're paying a massive switching cost. You have to remember where your lights go. You have to get back into that creative headspace, and you have to decide what to say. And all that friction kills momentum before you even start recording. So instead, I now batch record an entire month of content in one session. At the beginning of every month, my business partner Hassan and I sit down on one big strategy call. I show up to these calls with video ideas, titles, and even intros scripted, so that we don't waste any time just brainstorming ideas. We select the top 3 to 4 strongest ideas. Then we map out the blueprint for each individual video. What's the thesis? What's the ROI for the viewer? What unique angles can only we talk about? And once that's locked in, I go off and script everything using the exact frameworks I've developed over the past 7 years of working on YouTube. The goal isn't just to create content, it's to create very well-researched videos where every single point delivers maximal value, positioning us as the only logical choice to learn from to grow your own ethical consulting business. Then I record all the videos in one productive session. This means I only have to set up my studio once a month. I only get into recording mode once, and I eliminate every single possible point of friction that would normally prevent me from staying consistent. Picture this. Instead of spending time every single week stressing about content, you can batch ideate, batch script, and batch pre-plan thumbnails, all in 3 little individual work blocks. Then you can record all these videos once, and you're completely done for the entire month. Your editor just needs to go off and work their magic. This creates predictable momentum that brings in qualified clients on autopilot. My editor and I have the post-production process so dialed in that I can send him the footage with instructions of sort of what I'm looking for specifically, and we can have the video completely finished in just 2 to 3 revisions. And that system brings in clients who are already sold before they even book a call, because the content does all the heavy lifting up front. The second system is sales, and this is where most consultants bleed the most time without even realizing it. Here's what I see everywhere. Consultants just taking any and every call that lands on their calendar. They wake up at 6 a.m. for a discovery call and realize within the first 1 minute or even 30 seconds that the person on the other side of the screen simply isn't qualified for what they have to offer. That's not sales, that's self-punishment. It's a waste of time. It's bleeding into your schedule where every single hour counts. We've dialed in such a hyper-qualifying funnel that unqualified leads rarely ever land on the calendar. Our application specifically filters out people who simply aren't ready, can't invest, or aren't fit for our ethical consulting model. So instead of my business partner Hassan taking countless discovery calls with people who never even had the intention of buying, he only takes calls with people who are perfectly aligned with the offer. These calls last 30 to 60 minutes and are highly effective because we aren't convincing or even chasing the client down. We're diagnosing if we can genuinely help this person. And if we can, the decision on both ends becomes obvious. When your funnel does the heavy lifting before the call even starts, sales stops becoming this exhausting grind and becomes this natural conversation between 2 people who already know they're aligned. That's the difference between hope-based sales and system-based sales. The third system is fulfillment, and this is where we completely flip the traditional consulting model on its head. Most consulting relationships look just like this. You pay someone for their advice, they tell you what to do, then you go execute properly, and you just hope it works. And if it doesn't, you're stuck. If you're the client and you have questions, you just book another call. And now you have this extra call in your schedule that you never even wanted there. That model is fundamentally broken, and that's why we don't operate like that. We aren't figuring out how to service clients as we go. or simply just hoping something works. We use proven frameworks and systems that we've tested over the past 7 years, so we can skip all the guesswork and move straight to pulling the biggest levers that actually move the needle. Now, this doesn't mean that we just apply strategies and magically you are a millionaire. It takes time for our systems to work. And when you start your consulting business, or let's say you're scaling up your current one, it's going to take time as well to get results for clients. But the amount of time it will take is cut in half, or by like 75%. Like my business partner and I have been in the content, sales, consulting space for the past 14 years combined. So now we can build entire consulting businesses for people in the span of 30 to 60 days, while it took us 14 total years to learn all of this. And here's how it actually works. We function as an entire studio rather than just a consulting firm. And because we do this, it allows us to save a lot of time on our end and on the client's end. So these 3 to 4 hour work days are actually practical. Even though we deliver such personalized solutions to each client. Our job isn't just to give advice on how to break into consulting. We architect the entire business infrastructure from the ground up. And here are some ideas of what we actually deliver from a practical sense, so you can get an idea for your own business. We build out the entire offer for clients. We craft an entire YouTube strategy, and we assemble a team to make the entire business run. We even stay involved for a very long time after building all this out for them to ensure that everything is executed properly and nothing breaks. So this beast of a business continues to run at a very high level. By the end of the first 30 days working with us, you're walking away with a fully constructed, fine-tuned consulting engine that's ready to generate clients. This is why we call it ethical consulting. We don't sell Q&A sessions. You're getting direct access to our proven infrastructure and full strategic placement of an entire consulting business. So you can actually build something that works without grinding for years and years on end on just the trial and error mode. And because we place businesses so directly, Hassan and I can work very efficiently off calls to actually build out these strategies. We'll typically spend 2 to 3 hours on a syncing call, just sharing the YouTube strategy with the offer and business strategy to make sure they're fully synced. So total time to actually build an entire strategy from content to offer could be 5 hours, which may seem very quick for building an entire business foundation, but it's only because we have such high quality systems and very detailed oriented and seasoned experience on how to actually do this. And because we treat every client's business as if it was our own, we are consistently checking in with them to hold them accountable and make sure we're moving with speed and precision. That's the difference between traditional consulting and what we do, running as a full studio. So those are the systems that allow me to run a $500K a year profit consulting business with just 3 to 4 hours a day of work. And if you have real years of experience in a field with proven demand, and you're ready to build your own consulting business with this exact proven infrastructure, then click the top link in the description to have a chat with my business partner and see if we can help you out. Because the world doesn't need more people trading their time for money. It needs experts solving real problems and actually getting paid what they're worth.